This is The Big Question with Dr. Ellie Gonzalez, brought to you by Good News Unlimited, tackling the big questions in a simple and positive way.
And today's big question is, did Jesus actually die on the cross? Some years ago, I was in the Middle East and I enjoyed several conversations with a non-Christian I met there. He believed that Jesus couldn't possibly be God because God would never have let himself be crucified. It was just too inappropriate and, well, humiliating. He also told me that Jesus didn't actually die on the cross, but that instead God rescued him and took him up to heaven. I've heard the view that Jesus didn't die on the cross before. Some people use it to explain the resurrection. You see, you actually have to explain the fact that people really did see Jesus alive after his death. So the theory goes, Jesus went unconscious on the cross, he kind of just fainted, and they thought he was dead and they took him down, but he wasn't really dead, and so, up he pops. But let's look at some facts. Firstly, Roman soldiers killed people for a living. They certainly knew if someone was dead or not. Next, there's no record in all of ancient history of anyone ever having survived crucifixion. The historian Josephus records how he tried to save the lives of 3 crucified men, but after they were brought down from the cross, they died anyway. It's no surprise given the blood loss and inevitable infections. Thirdly, Jesus was found to be already dead by the Roman soldiers, but just to be sure, they thrust a spear up into his chest cavity and into his heart. And finally, his grief-stricken followers buried him. So we find everyone who was there at the time knew that Jesus was dead, and no one denied it. In addition to that, we have the evidence of non-Christian historians such as the Roman Tacitus, who confirms that Jesus was executed under Pontius Pilate. So why has there been such a huge effort to deny the death of Jesus on the cross? Because if you deny that Jesus died, then you basically don't have to explain the resurrection. So back to my friend in the Middle East. What did I tell him when he told me that Jesus couldn't be God, because God would never have allowed himself to be crucified? Well, first of all, I agreed with him that God must, by definition, be the most merciful and the most loving being in the universe. And so he must also be the greatest sacrificer, because love always means sacrifice. My friend and I agreed with that point. And then I suggested to him that because God is the greatest sacrificer, it just fits that he would be willing to die on the cross as the greatest sacrifice to save men and women. We didn't agree on that point. What do you think?
For more, contact goodnewsunlimited.com.